Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. Our next two guests felt that there was a major gap in the beauty industry. As women of color, they could not find nude lipstick that worked for their skin tone, so they created their own. Joining us now is Amanda Johnson and Kristen Miller, co-founders and co-CEOs of Mented Cosmetics. Thanks so much for joining us. Good to see you guys.
Thanks for having us. Thank you for having us.
So you guys not only created your own line of lipsticks, but you also became two of the first Black women ever to raise $1 million in venture capital. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us how this partnership came to be between the two of you, and then how you've been so successful so quickly.
Yeah. So KJ and I met at Harvard Business School. We're 2014 graduates, and we just knew we wanted to work together. So after school, moving back to New York, we just would get together and think of great ideas. We're both huge beauty enthusiasts, and we felt like there was a real gap in the market. And so we had our light bulb moment that kicked off the whole brand.
Yeah. And the Mented line, is it just lipsticks right now and then what you guys have on set, or are you also expanding right now in the process?
Yeah, so we have lipsticks, lip gloss, and nail polish. We launched with just lipstick, but have expanded since then, and we absolutely see ourselves going into all of the major product categories.
Why lipstick first?
Well, lipstick is a great trial product, and really it's where our problem with makeup first began. We were both trying to find a great nude lipstick that we could wear in corporate America to every day, and we just felt like women of color were being left out of that beauty trend.
Now, speaking of that, women of color are also left out of venture capital funding.
Yes.
According to a recent study, only 0.2% of venture capital money goes to Black women.
Yeah. Correct.
Why is that?
Yeah, I think it really is the fact that traditionally venture capitalists haven't understood this market, and so the market has been overlooked. They don't understand the same problems that women of color face, because most venture capitalists aren't women of color. But I think now what our raise shows, and other women who have raised, is that they're starting to open their eyes to this market and to the problems we face, and that we are the best people to solve those problems.
Does it surprise you that it's taken whatever number of years it makes sense to get to this point that you're one of the first two Black women to actually get $1 million in funding?
Yes and no. I mean, I think VC is one of those things where people are investing in people, and so it's easy to invest in someone who looks like you and lived your same life experience, and I think people are just now opening up to the fact that there are opportunities beyond themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What have you guys found has been a successful way to pitch investors? I mean, how is it? Obviously, it's great. Harvard Business School is obviously a great way to network and to get to know a lot of people who may be willing to give you money. But how did you find success?
Totally. So I got some great advice early on. We both did that. VCs love in meetings to learn something, and so we often start off the meetings with facts. We say, look, Black women spend up to 80% more on beauty than white women. Most people don't know that, but it's true. Between our hair care and our cosmetics, we spend a lot of our money on beauty, and not only that, a lot of people don't realize women of color make up 40% of the current US population of women. People think of us as some small niche demographic, but we're not. So that really opens the doors for a lot of VCs and gets them thinking like, oh wait, there's a lot of money to be made on the table here, and I'm currently missing out. And so when you can hit them with those sorts of facts and figures, it really helps.
That's amazing. And what types of technology or data recently have been able to enable you to do what you do now?
So we are very grateful for social media. We are a digital first brand. We were born of Instagram. When we were first making our handmade samples, we would send them to beauty influencers on Instagram and just say, hey, tell us what you think, give us a review. And really that's built the very engaged community that we have now around the brand. So we rely on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and thankful for the community we built around it.
Hey, Kristen, I want to ask you what it's like to be, and I'll ask you next, Amanda, what it's like to be co-founders and co-CEOs. I mean, is there actually, does it work? I mean, obviously it's working right now, but you don't hear this with a lot of companies. I mean, a lot of companies can't have. There are a lot of co-founders that are not co-CEOs. How is it working for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I will say it does work for us, and I think one thing that's really great about me and Amanda is we are thought partners. So I think to make it work, we were very clear about who owns what. I run product development and operations. I also oversee fundraising. Amanda runs marketing, and she also runs finance. So, you know, we split our roles out in the beginning, and we're very clear about that. But at the same time, it's so great being able to check in with someone who you trust and have those thoughtful, strategic conversations.
And as you look into the future and plans for expansion, what are the biggest opportunities that you're looking at right now?
Yeah, I think for us there are a lot of opportunities around new products, new categories that we want to go into, new channels of distribution. Right now we're only online on mentedcosmetics.com, so retail opportunities are very exciting. And we're also excited about global expansion. You know, when you think of women of color in the US, it is a minority, but around the world it's not. And so we think there are a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Well, very exciting for you guys. We're so pleased that you were able to join us today, and much continued success to you guys. And please come back when you guys raise many more millions of dollars. Please.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks
Thank
to
you.
Amanda Johnson and KJ. They're co-founders and co-CEOs of Mented here on Cheddar.